Gila. I'm the man who built this house. I came here in 2001 from the U.S. Virgin Islands with a plan to build a couple of nice modern spec homes in the mountains in the southwest. Everything went fine. It's been a great adventure, except the fact that the market went away, but we're all suffering from that. This house is a well-built home. I'm very particular, and I tend to overbuild if anything. Many times I've been told, you don't need to do that. It's good enough. It's good enough. Well, I don't listen to anybody. I build a home as if I'd like to live it the rest of my life and not having to be working on it constantly. I build a home that's functional. It works. You've got room in every room. And I'm pretty happy with the way it came out. I've been a carpenter, contractor all my life, 45 years. I grew up in northern Minnesota. I've built all over the U.S. and 20 years in the Caribbean. I've had a successful career. So a couple of nice artsy spec homes, and towards the end of my career seemed like a good thing to do. This house actually cost in the area of $300,000, including buying the lot, all the money I spent on trying to civilize a solid rock mountain and then get a flat spot to build, well, septic, and the extra room I've created behind this house for a potential garage or workshop. Any flat areas in the mountains don't come cheap. So I think we'll do a little walkthrough. My buddy Stefan here, the photographer behind the lens, we'll take a little video and walk through the house. Where I'm not a professional, I'm just a guy, so bear with me. And I'll try to point out some of the things in the home that are unique or make it a more comfortable place to live for the potential homeowner. So let's get going and give you a little walkthrough. All right, we figured we'd do a little walk around, give you a better idea of how the house is constructed and what you've really got here. To start with, this house, I cleared this lot off the best we could with a D9 cat, and we spent 2 or 3 weeks trying to get it level enough to build on. When we did, we put extra large concrete footings with rebar, of course, built on solid rock. Then you've got 4 courses of cinder block with rods into the footings, every 3rd course of rock, and then we core filled all of the blocks. So in essence, you've got a solid concrete wall for a foundation. It's got drain pipe all the way around that carries the water from the downspouts and any surface water out and dumps over the hill in the front. What I've got to tell you, these decks are all cedar. The handrail is custom cut Doug fir. I had to order and have both of them shipped in from the Northwest. These are the things in a custom home you don't see, but this is what gives them longevity. These decks will last well after your life, probably much more. I feel this is a 150-year plus home. It's high and dry. Logs are interlocked. You keep a good roof on this home and it'll go a couple, 2, 3 generations easy. All right, moving on. What we've got here is white pine logs, custom cut into 6x12s. They've got a double tongue and groove system on top and the bottom of the upper log to interlock them with rubber gaskets to keep the weather out. And then rather than using concrete for chinking, which cracks as the house moves in damp or dry conditions, this permachink, which is very expensive and a nightmare to work with, is elastic. It moves, it changes with the weather. It should be there a long time. The dovetail corners keep this house sitting right where it is. You cannot get this house apart unless you take the roof off and take one log at a time from adjoining walls and work your way down. Otherwise, they're interlocked in such a way they cannot pull apart. Here's your front yard. And as you can see, your road comes up from a private gate. That road is equivalent to a superhighway up here in the mountains. It's a good solid road, which might take a little maintenance every year after a hard rainy season, but that's part of living in the mountains. You're not in town here. You've got to be able to depend on yourself. So sometimes you got to watch what you wish for. You just might get it. The privacy is unbelievable. I am in the Gila National Forest, about 8.5 miles from the border. So therefore, you've got the benefit of the entire Forest Service taking care of the forest. They have prescribed burrs to get rid of the underbrush. They've cut a huge fire cut all the way around Poverty Creek to protect the few little homes in here. One of the real beauties about living here and having privacy is the fact that you can walk out your door, go 150 miles in most directions, and there is no civilization. It's Forest Service, it's wilderness area, it's BLM, it's huge 100-section ranches. You've got freedom here, freedom to spread your wings. A very rare commodity. My plan when I built these homes was to be in the mountains, but I didn't want cold weather, so I came as far south as you can get in the Rocky Mountains. This is only about 90 or 100 miles from the Mexican border. The elevation is about 6,500. You get winters, but they're 3-4 month winters, and you'll get a 6-inch snow, and it's usually melted in a few days. Sometimes you'll get 6 inches of snow staying on the ground for a period of time, but the winters are very doable. And then you end up with about 7 or 8 months of beautiful weather. Spring, summer, fall. Rarely gets above 80, most of the time 75 in the summer here. There's very few insects here. I live in the house down below, and it has a lot of glass, and I live outside half of the time on my decks. And these houses are designed to bring the outside into your life, into your home. You'll probably spend more time on your outside covered porch here than you do inside. I would suggest a couple of old comfortable couches, kick back, read a book, contemplate your life, whatever turns you on. But you will spend a lot of time living outdoors here. You know a lot more about animals than you will about the politics in this country. So you've got a road around the frontier. You can drive a truck back, your little Jeep. I've created a big open space back here. And believe me, creating a flat spot in the mountains is not cheap. I had planned on putting a woodwork shop in here at one time, but it's very sufficient for a little studio, a guest building, a carport, a garage. I've even left you 5 cords of split season juniper for your fireplace, ready to go, dried 2-3 years. I haven't done any final landscaping. I'll leave that to the homeowner. Hopefully you can enjoy it. And I didn't build a storage shed, but I am leaving you a little 8x10 storage shed that will help you get settled in. I've got a double spotlight to light up your backyard. I did leave a pipe coming through a conduit to run future wiring to another building in the back. That's set to go. all the gutter downspouts tie into the drain line all the way around the house in a 2-foot by 2-foot bed of crushed rock to carry any groundwater or roof water out and dump over the front bank. Now in this room, you've got your breaker box, an alternative breaker box, and a transfer switch. This home is set up for a 5,000 watt generator, which I would build, put a slab in behind the utility room with a little cute tin roof and set up my 5,000 watt generator, and it would live there. When the power goes out, I'd go out, fire it up, you come in, you throw your transfer switch, and important outlets in the house, that is furnace, pump, freezer, some lights, refrigerator, stove. The 5,000 watt is able to handle that much. So it's a nice backup plan. I've also included a Rinnai top of the line on-demand gas hot water heater. It's energy efficient. You only get hot water when you call for it. There's no hot water in here now. You pull the faucet, it starts cooking, you get hot water in 10 seconds. It's very economic. Here's your pressure tank from the well. I installed a little filter system, which seems to be just plenty to take the iron out of the water. The water's sweet. It's a bit hard, but nothing out of the ordinary. I don't have any orange rings around my toilets or sinks or anything. This little filter, if changed every 3 months, takes care of it. So here's your utility room. All your equipment is stored outside, not fudged into your home somewhere. Seems to work real well.